they call Atlantica, a region that would see our resources flow to the USA. Different groups of citizens have been meeting and speaking out about this dangerous proposal. Today we wanted to provide more information on how dangerous this proposal, Atlantica deal, is. But we will read a prepared statement, and then we will take questions from the media. On my right is Charles Fournier from the Fredericton Social Action Network. Next to him is Dave Thompson from the New Brunswick Conservative Council. Next to him, Don Robichaud from the Council of Canadians, who will all read in English. At the end is Michelle Boudreau from the New Brunswick Federation of Labour, who will read in French. There are also others present who are available for comments other than the people at the head table. They are Dee Dee Daigle from the Canadian Labour Congress, Sister Angie from Kairos, Mark DeGrange from CUP-W, and Pat Hanrahan, the interim NDP leader. Charles?
Gonna make you work hard today.
We'll accommodate you.
Thank you.
Today we gather together with other Atlantic groups in releasing the Canadian Centre for Policy Alternatives report on Atlantica, Myths and Reality. The report should be a wake-up call for the provincial governments of Atlantic Canada. The findings show that this proposal by business leaders makes unrealistic claims that are deeply flawed and that they can harm our economic future. This document is a continuation of efforts since June in raising the issue and concerns we have with this proposal. The Atlantica proposal is all about handing over our resources and infrastructure to outside private interests. There is nothing there for citizens and working families of New Brunswick. This study explains forcefully that Atlantica is just a plan to turn our province into a transit corridor for resources, goods, and services on their way to make other people richer. While the people of this province can do better than sit as poor bystanders, watching prosperity and prospects speed away. The study, Atlantica, Myths and Reality by Scott Sinclair, was done by and is published by the Canadian Centre for Policy Alternatives. Following a request from the labour movement for an objective and comprehensive study of the Atlantica proposal. Conceived by big business and fiercely promoted by the Atlantic Institute for Market Studies, the Atlantica scheme would create an integrated cross-border economic region that encompasses the 4 Atlantic provinces, a piece of Quebec, Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, and a large swath of New York State, all the way to Buffalo. And it should be noted that Labrador is not included. In the proposed region of business without boundaries, according to the proponents, the removal of barriers and harmonization of regulations will provide corporations with more privileges than those they already enjoy with NAFTA, the North American Free Trade Agreement. I'll turn it over to David here.
The push by business and politicians is to try and convince us that would lead to economic prosperity. They say this can be accomplished by building a superhighway to transport goods from Asia through our ports to the USA heartland. This highway is projected to be 8 lanes of traffic. As you can see in our display over in the corner, this would result in disruption of the local population, extreme wear and tear on our roads and bridges. This huge increase in truck traffic would also cause substantial environmental damage through increased greenhouse gas emissions, which everyone is concerned about in this region, in Canada, and around the globe. Destruction of green spaces and farmlands. They also want us to accelerate exports of our energy